Kessben FM and Kessben TV. Eti anope ne student loan trust fund pen for kwabra montrase ebesi nkona na yedi nkomo na yedi nkomo be kwabra akwaba na dzen boko honorable ebi I find there ebi akama and akia akia no honorable so from Paul emza na mu changes okay honorable honorable still petro I'm a better.
Oh, man, it's a maconia sacra. Piana Dutch DMC.
Okay. Again, we be a fight. Yeah, be I come at
yes, and the Minya say, Wahan Kameko.
Not as I say, Upas Macatching and Copa. Now, I catch him from I, Mammy Bia, now on in Nana Tier. A friend of Mamia Jubi, na Uncle Bisa Mamia Jubin can say, a Madju Bubedi demanding Cassa comedy in a da. A Madju bin and Muni Dosio, the only one want to be a bradua. Only a drabedi. At your com de Abrewa, no sooner. Now you didn't come obi, and now you're quite honorable regional minister. Samo Semensa, and I know Metana Hakai. Is a minister, Ayobia. My name is Samacasmawati. Media mestre krumam penifo omunkabi womuno one electricity adwumefo no nsam no I think say omuntra senka no once and for all enra ohweye closak ene civil servant PI utility providers workers made omukọ hokama program ni nyina omuye regional minister yeso obekasa na omuse ase sorry so omukọ ahombeso ombetie na asem kra because omuni no problem na media me say nkokɔhwedie mienu omunko I was a obi afuase regional minister eyo mampanye Kufuado na pointi na name sini electricity company of boa omunso so eye adwuma e de aba aban okay the regional minister eye adwuma ma aban aw mampani ECG nso eye adwuma ma aban kwabena whatever happen e wo K-Poly Kumasi Technical University Ekwewie police station no assemble nipa na sinkonwa eka mo batwe akosi dabe me de me feel say minim regional manager edema EC at least me na see a lot of places engineer me no mo ye fine minim wo masere say omo ka na be ye dia regional minister nie we nie etu nkotwe be be twene ya kan kama akoma toy mo aba eye kwabena eye tete the mimi so no vize eno na broni be kasa sai so say minister kasa na wo ma sori na mzi ye ko ye enesa enefe kwabran koma na ye die ya no pay ye be wuram kakra eno cross political appointees wo mo eje closak adwumafo adwuma ye ana closak members no bi ena wo mo sabotage system no ebia masika di womani mu ama adwuma cross otena office ye no onreso nye adi anopai closak nkomo no yebedi amampanya Kufuado nso ahye nyina bo se dum so emabio atwam na okan nra ene eye yawada kwabena de ose agro ene fom eno ma bi wonwuram kwabena minim wo mudin ba wo so ye medepa yese from apetu pre okay makadi no omo su annex bi wo ho omo ya na omo de atro se ye hwe sana ebi mu eka edi anopa bedi nkomo ba yin kan ko closak ho na yenkotie opani bampo ado ne nsem ode tudwa efa ne eka ho bi officer Ghana economy no enkoyie osifri 2017 eba MPP aban breso omba yi no office ni bebre ubakro no na chief director coordinating director se finance officer se deputy finance officer na kwa bibi ho honorable so from Paul a municipal chief executive we so anopa or share experience with that but issue way a national issue ye nyina ebedi nkomo from the ministry department near there kwabena sometimes so be ministry bi kwado krata bi chief director no aso your papa kwabena I thought I'd be at this Ukobunko to drip pan a chow. Sana dear yen a jumantia was soon so a trianacano, why? Kwabra no one got the permit in Krata, 7 crowd. Do baby no massa mobo. As the politician also Sophie say, Sir, or yano 87 never contemmoa, also ye, but also so tiamra. As the young can say, my dear close up penny panumra, Mayday, na yɛnhyɛ discussion ase ma yɛnhwɛ no kakramra ɛda so mbatom video na ready afato so ma me na yɛntie nsɛm a ɔde tro dwa no kakramra yɛba yɛbɛtoa so.
Yes, we want to see your placards. Show your placards. Show your placards.
Process has continued to draw attention to the inimical impact of replacing active staff of the civil and local government services with political appointees and putting such appointees in positions which are the exclusive reserve of the staff of the civil and local government services. The observation is that the unprofessional performance of these political appointees, coupled with the blatant disregard for laid down procedures, have contributed immensely to the poor state of the economy. Considering the large number of political appointees at the Ministry of Finance, for example, who have taken over the functions of active civil servants, it is no wonder that their bad decisions have culminated in the economic chaos of the country. There are also instances of party activists interfering in the work of the staff of the civil and local government service. An extreme case is the harassment of a district coordinating director who was literally dragged out of his office by party activists. There are also instances of lockouts and assaults of staff of the district assemblies across the country by party functionaries. These irresponsible acts are as a result of the disregard for the principles of neutrality, anonymity, and permanence as the hallmark of the two civil services. Unfortunately, the adherence to the principle of neutrality in the civil service and local government service has been viewed as a one-sided phenomenon instead of being two-sided. While the worker should be neutral and should not show any form of discrimination, partisanship, or bias in his work, the employer government is equally expected not to appoint political elements into the system. Where a person is politically colored, the perception of neutrality is weakened and public trust wanes. Eventually, democracy suffers. The Supreme Court ruling on 14 June 2017 also stated that best practices and Ghana's socio-political evolution require that no civil servant or local government servant should owe or be perceived to owe appointment or promotion to partisan.
Okay, so this is coming from Bampuado. Close up Penimpa or Dano and Odensam Hodo at Chujano. After TUC, Trade Union Congress Penimpa, would be for Dr. Yaba, as of the Tom and Peneku Fado and him say, and you man be ego. And I'm doom so, yeah, as I am an homeless so. Now, I don't know, my peninsula so a born and a hombase.
I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all Ghanaians for their patience and understanding during recent temporary challenges with the electricity supply across the country. Over the period, the issues surrounding maintenance of transformers and gas supply have been successfully resolved, resulting in a sufficient improvement in power supply reliability. Indeed, over the past few days, we have witnessed stable electricity supply across the country, with no load shedding reported anywhere yesterday. For the past 7 years, we have worked tirelessly to keep the lights on, and I am confident that the unfortunate era of doomsday will not return. Chairperson, Secretary General, as we stand on the threshold of a new era in human evolution, marked by breathtaking technological advancement, rapid globalization, and evolving economic landscapes, it is imperative that we chart a course that ensures prosperity and opportunity for all our citizens. The future of work looms large on our horizon, presenting both challenges and unprecedented possibilities. Government envisions a future where our economy flourishes as a first world powerhouse, characterized by innovation, productivity, and inclusivity. Achieving this vision requires a concerted effort from all stakeholders, with organized labor playing a pivotal role in shaping our journey forward.
And the Amampedi Nanado Danko Kufuadro and Motene Kagabra Ghana Forces had the statement about na omu investigation there post for at say any paboninia almost so say ono na akun soja ni no eno anopa ye bo so kaswa Millennium City ze kaswa for ni abrepase afedi omudi no say dodo beze bro no a lawyer boate ne bia next year or two mesa concrete biem kra metena so ay kaswa na ashaman wana mpe ana mo prema mentra asa money ma say
oh there be say you
ma kwabra ma suan bibia fi military statement om de bae mu na mo mutie ne yepa kwabra toro bi obi amane sai bi e de say police ni oye soja ni oye abanjumani ana sabi oye adamu sakura civilian te se me ya atoro bi am yenko jame ha yenko ye wei eya adwene ho ye kwabra Ghana Forces statement om de aba no ne say Lance Corporal Omar Abdulrahman akoto asase e wakaso Millennium City ho ena eba ye se manso woso enti yesi mo bia ensi dan no e the Lance Corporal Omar wo ho no onya call but the statement am for so dia ba na me bo ne tofen en onya call se ba bia yesi mo bia ensi dan no engofo aba na asase ne so a wo mo esi dan kwabra na Lance Corporal Omar e friend colleagues mienu Danso Maakye and Lance Corporal Matthew say omo enko no mu nkoja no edom kwa no mo stop omo a omo AC dan e wona asase ne so no and na omo call ka so Millennium City Hall police station e be hon say omo kwa reporto di omo report wi omo wo free police station hall kono ano na the soldier say wo we ye friend no Danso Maakye hi ese no okopake RA4 Edinipa mienu no a omususu omye langas no ba police station ho a mse ho na omako stop omo eso omo nya adwuma wasase no so no ono na nakwa no tika mu na otuka ne ko eko pake na omo dani tiogu ne so edi soja Danso Maakye otie reporter Ghana Forces dia ba signed by Agri Kwashia na ze wo ya kwa bana so ho dia asase ne dia ne de otiase ba wo a okoja no asemo afa so eya asoja for na ni abrepa se omo de enemu na ko 37 military hospital anti omasha se hwehwemu. This is coming from Ghana Armed Forces na kwabran se ka so Millennium City ho no ja se collateral damage no ena no ashama de ni nti ese mantie ho nyina asha se adwadwane na ebeto odwa se abantie no a okobo otuo no oye national security operatives. But Honorable Albert Kandapa answer the statement ya babontin say onye national security ni omunim ne babia edi enono kwabana baba issues ni nyina so but ma memmoa na memra Honorable Sofrin Paul na closer agensem no ye no enhase. Honorable, good morning bio.
Good morning Mira.
Yes, Honorable, one day na mobile memoa politicians, I'm not talking about MPP but in general number some technocrat ejumaya. There are reasons no pana yes en komana say by my young room kakra edientia
Yo Mira me da se pe menyi se etisa entirely se adwuma na ye de ma ye se de me kan no pa no se ye ma adwuma ye ma target na ye ma time wo se o deliver enti so be a technocrat na emre no nea penini hwe firi ne ho omfa ma no na e ma ono so ho kire no kwan bi so a etro bi obehia moa afri nkrofo ay ready say on be support ejuso municipal assembly amewo no obi ani ho a oye na dwuma se de oye na obetuma ko ka say ode obi oye party ni kwhye na nan
okay
enye possible but unto here ministers no work or mention minister of finance any ade nti ono oye no se de dikan no enye no credit say 2017 ana sa ade no say wo ho ampa e sha ase
na se de bampo adoka say start 2017 oboa
there be ade ndi se nya no aka se nye
okay
ne mom menko limited to obi error ebia because of near opese onyanti
okay
nti se sa ade no wo ho na say ekoso na hawa obetumi aka ho asem but se obeka men fan kwhye 2017 kwa vize yo memu ha sapi ne manema and the breso na started that enti yewura no yes adwumayefo a ban fa wo ye omodwuma no o se ye mo kwa mo ye omodwuma but almost so said you kan no binu wo ho they are more than politicians niema obeye no dragging of the feet open formation we hear report esan say ono oye party bi enipa now so different party penin nti no obeye niema bejintwa wakwem ama wo enimguase aka wo se penin hu ni sa de a na se party ni ba oye lawyer to him bi wo no betimi aboa no eno o meyini mfiri ho no de wo abe o na be hye ho o se o to adwuma oji ope bo so obi anko ji ope mfiri nsem yes nemum ono here report a deliverant no se ne yonko bi na assistant bi bebo na ama na nya report a rather rely on that person than so ne beto so na obedi ne hwamo enti yetu akrafo no o man se ntunufo abanyuma yefo a emra ka kire o mo se o mo ntwom mfiri amanyosem no o mo ntwom ho na o mo nya neutral na omo deliver once they do that meaning say o to one say obi a fan say me coordinator o ye na djuma na me makofo obi say bra no no coordinator djuma ko obetuma ye o djuma nye enti omo hwem nye de so omo ye na ban so enye de obeye that is all
so let me understand this and started 2017 said the bampo adoka
no
enye factual
enye no kre
okay
enye no kre
ebi so amoba na west nti no oka
oh debi na me kan say se bibi nye na wo condemn a
okay
condemn no entirely men ko gina baabi wo yesa na wo interest bi nti a wo ye de wo ye no
okay
se eye no kre se ministers ahodo PF4 eje adwumayefo a omo enim de na de oso mo ye no ye je from sama no de obi no be so
okay
nemum enkoka se eye period bi fisade ne nye ne ene be hyase ina se gana ya ne yo
okay
ye nko baabi a entimi de ade no se bibi ho wo se ye fa ho na o ka but ka na kan yi na emfa nkohye party bi ana ban bi era na o yi ban bi afrim whereas onim sade no enye ne ene hyase
okay Honorable Esofrimpo municipal chief executive ewo Edweso municipal anope obesrai yebedin komo kakra na yede no hyase no Honorable you stand accused MPP say na no election course way na mo chichesika by mo munua ono so DMP 3 times na oko independent baby politics na duro no
honorable adia okay me kra me kote say yewura na say ohun say meka mona skani go ni ye chema nkrofo na dia we say meka akwa workshop na otwini a ka ne kra ma I know am teams we dey minim the man information no no ka say meka si workshop say ya to be
moto abanya na o ka ne dweso
dabi meka ne kra ne dweso
di ka ba na o yuso
na me so me private car bi enti ho say
be a private car no
dabi o say meka fita no meka so bi on say MC for your car ona mo bi en so car na
ko leza no ya
but your meka ko di workshop for the past week
okay
enti enye no kreda say me meka mu na sikegu ni yi edi mancrofo enene we aba na ne yekoto odweso omo kan say if you remember on frame so benya 83% ye wie ye no obi ehu MPP enye 55 and onam 43 na enano yewura national chairman okan bibi ehia pa say esan say nyina ye ade ba ko ne emu ache no bia ko de bi ntino ye make sure say obehwe ama ba ko ye aba na abotoye mu aba na aboa enti ama nura waka kire say ye no mpanefo ye ne ye manfo no nyina nkasa say kasa bia obi e kan after this election no MPP na edi nkonim ye nyina na edi nkonim enti ebesi ne dodo na enheda enye omoni enye bibia say mpanefo tuefo say ye pese ba ko ye fi say edwoso MPP stronghold and pese enchichemu ebeba enti obefa kwan bia so ahwema wona brebinti ebufo ni ade enti no wakodi ba bi no ode ye nyina beba bebom enti no ye besere say abanu ya to awie lawyer kwabra boaten ene okogina MPP anemu na wasom agisoman na ye hwe say ye nkeka nsem bia ebema amanfo ebuofu efi se okọ akitu obi se na obi chesika o de na woche ensa obeyusu MC se ne car mu ne asisika gu mehu ameka so akọ workshop na otwene a agisukura car no eni ho
baza opasa no obi yenka bomu na ni background ready am force and I insist of ni background yenka bomu
ebia before the election no na ni background no enye ready ya to abawie ensuo beto aguso de ntia esese ye nyina ye baako na ye boa ema impontio ekodwe so no ye esese ye efise se ye mu chiche na we kodia na amwa ebekoti ajuso man nyina enye baako fo enu ntina mpanifo hu se the best thing for us to do no say ye nyina no ye beti ase say yes whatever happened here e mass ade ne baaye no mpanifo hia obenya opportunity na de also waka na waka ye kan nyina awie na mpanifo e de omona asiso na asomdie ba megiri se beboa amanya one united MPP ewo ajuso
okay nti de hu ne se de ababia no omuntwa so
sa ye nyina ye ntia ase se amanyoko bia ni ho a ensensem enimu ye ni pay etore bia Matthew Macau ewo ho obi beye wade ya pa nenso wo hwe MPP in general say party ninti eso de waye me de achew party ninti onaboko de waye me de achew na ye nyina ye kento ba no a ebeboa yen ama empuntuo papa akoso ewo so amajeso man obia ensa atumi akane de
arambo kabna oso adwe me akasa after the elections yentie ni kakra na ye ba me de biso asem kakra
right
mantam chichaba chicheska I know was a whole sitting government MPP
okay
na do me one man me no more challenge na just on person when ya ba just on chicheska and you guys say ma ba no and you guys say MPP 40 mantam chichaba chicheska I know was a whole sitting government MPP na do me one man me no more challenge na just on person when ya ba just on chicheska and you guys say ma ba no and you guys say sir an independent candidate and a whole MPP party contest not just a MPP for Baji Chesika and San Omatimi Awene and you guys say a chess MPP for women at the Papa Bia Jinaswa on the catch of for sir or say a trouble no me understand Bachiska no Mawene and you guys say Utumisa Ghana any future under this government any future your future omega say yarewe e wo business ya yarewe wa josua enti mu fa no so na mu nto abanfama yin na so mu bibia aka na say to beat an independent candidate omu chesika dia no go say abana no me say
don't you think say position of more former member of parliament or them papa mu hu ni sa
honorable Vamity as Mira Hopa. Say, honorable,
this is the person I'm a person in the Yankabomo.
Yes,
but I know I'm an clear say you don't deserve to be in government.
All right. Say, Didicano or can say only independent candidate. But your abandoned tree and so of your independent candidates or more. We honorable do me free more independent for them by so only woman.
Okay,
honorable do me on yet ordinary independent candidate.
Okay.
Former member of parliament ujina MPP so ena wabre so dia bantimi bia na nei obonto na woka ho asem enti wonye ordinary independent candidate yewura fredu agima no mko no e ma no nya sei ebi o wanya more than 100 kra if is omo ye ordinary independent candidate ba wo de MPP aban mu na ujina ye na aban ma position na utimi ye de wosa wo ye wabre so enti se o ka bibia na esese o ye extra careful if you say aban no eso mu aban no ehye woni onyam ena unya whatever unya ya odi ye de obey enu ntina o kasa no wetima kasa mabre so ena ye wi anyway Fredu Ajiman oye miame asorpani meni nyane ko Pentecost ogina mu no ye ne ma me se abai onya akure me se nru ha efiso no onya opportunity emeye MP enya opportunity ema abanye bibi on abre so ena wagina so na ko de campaign. Number 2, say me kan no say o se na obi chisika wo de na wo che.
Okay, this is the person I'm a national chairman say and Cabo Munti obey extending a hand na oninako godin komo na wasan so abefie ye ntie chairman kakra chairman Stephen Ayesu ye hwe ne kakra mra
also Domi splitting and leaving the camp. And personally, as chairman of the party, I'm not comfortable. We should be able to bring them all back to the fold, the party's fold, so that come December 7th, there will be no surprises. We should be able to carry the Ejisu seat with ease as against what we are going through this evening. So that's my next focus, to make sure that the party is reconciled amongst itself. That's what we are looking at.
So is it that you are going to the camp of Adiomi, try to convince him and his supporters to return to the NPP?
That is the only way out. You don't expect Adiomi to make overtures to us. You don't expect him to do that. So as chairman of the party, I'm going to take that mantle upon myself.
Okay. So the national chairman of MPP and the candidate Adiomi, positions. Chairman fees also ordained back, but also fees there. MPP don't deserve to be even be in government because I think so specifically now our country so.
Very sad. And the year doing bit man can say, if you na ye koya MPP aban eba ya me MC or you see yenye me no can say 32 road projects and e kwaso e just constituency here. Bonwire kwanta kosi asnomason kwanta Akuoko Job ejina so. A chan chrome town rules, internal rules no attachi what the quota a good to see Ira what ya open empirical evidence bobin kohwe say me twan trana MJB a jusu to abankro or the quota e guso oko a juso ekofa onwe eko akosi kontansi a Akuoko Job ogina so a oye Oko adakwaja achi a pretty arm ogusu a oye met me aka ekwan mako aduasa mienu ye ba sanitation a adwoso ye ma me abranda pa epenso Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources and World Bank adaroma na ajanai bia eye issue ema education and health nyame adom Greater Kumasi assemblies I just can home ya benefit me ka say oko Bonwire Senior High School a omunya bi oba me krom Methodist Primary School chan krom and Junior High School yenya bi oko Fumesa Anglican School omunya bi onye government hospital omunya bi adwusu model e ho de kura ne say after say omunya 15 seater no na omo 24 seater na say aban say ni nyina emro chian e de ama wo Islamic school e wo adwuso omunya bi Akuoko amon omunya bi Apromase Health Center omunya bi metima kan ona bodu mi ni nyina onim uye no to nchen a meme ba yi oko Achina Chrome Methodist Primary School yetumi asi 6 unit classroom blogger yewo mechanized borehole 6 unit WC ho ICT center teachers common room come to me Chrome Achina Chrome ade ana ye laki eye KG block omampani ada Roma and Achina Chrome yewo 2 unit KG block emono me ankasa de motom sika ene me yire ne ma etu nsuo complete edema omo eka ho eno omo wo washroom kitchen store ho Meno ka say ya adwoso experimental yesi 3 unit kg block edru lentil level mese meka sesi ameno ka say adwoso ye de IGF okọ PM ne mpeso ya so adade entem 16 seater WC akakra bi ne ya wie ya ye adwuma pa eno na adwoso man ye ka kire wo mo say enam adwuma pa MPP aban eye nti no omonto aban fama MPP candidate na emwama aban ento aso enya adwuma enti enya no kreda se sika obi tua enti ne yekoto aba eto aba mai nemom enwuma pa adwusofo de omani ehunu eno de bia meka ade ba ko a na ya santo a otoso mi adwuso man hene sorry adwuso man hema hia no pa adwuso central market adwuko me papa fie na ne adwuso market share fence wo
okay
na yen kwala no yesoma wa obedwane wonko adai sensu ato senkenei ateche pa abakwa ko no jisu dwom no anya de ya obeko me bae na ya santo aka kyerem se eso ade ba ko ampese ani so wonko no watuma ya maye ene se adwusu dwo he no asiesie nyame adom ye de ko general assembly meeting omogitum ema 2022 November ene okojisu dwom a ya pevi ho nyina ene onan ka teche
okay
ye de IGF yansi ka gigi no ene ye de ye
okay
adwuso market na nke ma no ana boso me bia omogigi sika etua watchman kana se debi ene ya fa security officers enan assembly ne tuo moka na omo gate ekọ ho na nye enti ade ba chini akofo mo niema ma make sure say gate ni nyina ya ye ene ehon kanea hyiren enti na jusu dwom obi ko anopa no nsia otimpon anadwo no ndu
okay
ono abodu mi oye campaign okofa adwom ho ohun adwuma MPP aban ya ye enti enya no kreda say adwuso MPP yenye hwe ne yedimi fa yensa nkyere we die amanfo no hu ye ene de ya ye no ena omo gina so ede to aba ede ma lawyer Kwabena Boateng
honorable memo ato so nana sebonso campaign aid ede ma honorable Kwabena also adreme nana good morning.
Good morning.
Na what to say?
Onyanko pardon na hoye mi jibi se onso hoye.
Ya hoye ba. Nana obakasa election course way more expectations mutimi miti ana say no mo you disappointed in adosomaya and I know me no din komo wa hana money da so say omo na say honorable adue memra no ase du ba bi omo ma mo nsese fom ana de na mo hwe ni mo ana mo sakan no
maybe kan adase na macha efifo nyina no pay no kwe na no election na there say democracy and to me anya democratic so the na election no o share skatia kwaso ewe Joshua me nyini pi ba me hu bi da me ti bi so mpani nsem da say 204 police stations ni na skatia kwaso wo no minya na pe ni be hwe na so me Joshua ye ma no yeni aso ayefe edomu nyina so ase
ba mbibi so akisu mo candidate edueme say odon so echebi ejizo bi mesika wase mo so mo bia na mo de ma obi abi
patron so why na cancer answer no
MPP party do de omo na omo so kan say omo so bisa mo say omo so ya na mo chef say omo so mo the new pickups and omo so na mo so mo rewre mu a omo so mo mama nkofo bi
yeah the new pickups and I'm here
mo teacher
sikanya no kre ni nyina no kre also yes equalization and so no mo ye and some fatality no amu person mo point accusing fingers at us na say so ye ba just so there we are no just be hu ne course
okay
we nya sem bia be kan chin bia obi ano wo just so na no benada no hu ne course omo ano mu chesika okuma no obi ani mo omo
okay
owusu aduomi baby kwa yeso ko chesika no ya no ma be kan ye chi
okay amozi nye sika na moso wo mo che no na mo wi ne mo anwuma pa o mampanye kufuado Alaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ya omaye wadwoso no eno na ma dwoso delegate electorate omo eto aba ho no voters no eto aba ma MPP
ni nyina nya no kre sika sika mo chaya no una uni misimi hu bita okoto a oje otu ya oje ufifie ba oje ukra ID card a oje me because omo moto abadi na apart from some few people I need ye known supporters of Uzu Radio no obi anu wa ya man iska wa joto a
I see no more sense
sika ni de bebre o it might be 1,000 it might be 500 it might be 200 it might be 100 just obi na cement cement
na say okay the Ghana skage na say just nipa bebrebe amokoto abai na nipa ba ko 1,000 Ghana
me say cement trailer ba ko nyina ya the top wood ma cement one trailer
cement no mo de be gata say na so mo de be there
yes so mo
enti so ya ebi mu si o mo dan
so dia idea
hey na 1,000 Ghana ni papa ko vote dia say ni Ghana sika nyina say na
ebi ananya ni papa ko pe ni bebre e koso bebre within the constituency.
Okay. Nana say national chairman Edema MPP 17 say Monsam Refi na de asie bia no atwam mowie obetu anamo na ode mo candidate adueme edi nkomo evise efie ni fie bufuo ene yaw ne baaye ena mentime ho ase no kofa sa de aba nyina baaye o ka ho asem say the free national chairman hobe
mede ya tete se waka na ya nkasa no oba mani ye nka bibia wo omo na se ye NDC for eti time bi on binya hu bi on beba bia no ye twen omo
okay na zemo you ready say mo be sia omo
yo so many
say mete de wo kan ase ye dia na makoma mu ne pa de mo da so 1 MPP mo do party ne ba bufuo ene ahin na mo de ye de mo ye no
just asking me there almost there be NDC for
and this is a just problem no na say bon so there we 8 at the man no book abro so dream e pa na MPP de to a e din ka bon beba wo adwem
no party no maguno omunye ni ye we tete nya sentin there
nana ni ye no na meka say na wo hu si aguno no so to da obetimi amansusie bi a office ye bema na ye enti office o munya den
amina say yankosi sunu ko to pa dem we hu say ya to aba ma ya bra obi anto nso aba
okay
enti o mo hwe no mtutu o mana mo ye
to office abom no a o mo koye na homache no o munya ne den
o mo tontwene
okay
no munya fofo
it is a Kobasa party national leadership say ya to abom na twene ya biem ya koto aba foforo is it the best way I beka send ye aduem supporters any mo mabuafo nyina no you are going back to mo party MPP
oh sir omutumi ya ne sadia answer problem na ho no be fi ho
okay na be so wa adwe bi say baby aduemi etimi pim kodre 21,000 no say kan dis nso so omo so ye party a omo pemra se be da phone ko nadodo edin ko omo so ne monkasa na nka 2024 ikura no na mo file candidate for bi an ko mo ma honorable aduemi nsan koma omo evi say eno no bamu a example no de party national machinery ni nyina ntimi ma ho say ye to be 276 to be any be ko ba bi owo e de be boa ma bi a matimi akọ parliament I don't so dwen ho say
that's how for you now so these are early days yet entering kaka na decision we are no also doing the communicate
okay
I'm just reminding that
say obe contest bi o na so on 2024
the patch
okay
and you will be on oba beka I'm just reminding that it's here idea say too early
okay say MPP nya no omo pe NDC nya no omo pe edin ka mo kwa mbako hen
but of say
NDC nya no a omo pe MPP nya no omo pe ndimo kwa mo bako hen
and you na make am say too early
okay
too early to decide
okay nana say bonso campaign nana samante no say yaba jo so be hu bia na omo de ko omo fiem
cement no Oh, so my packet good. That would have moved by my movie. That's a money over time.
I'm the Broms of Fine. I'm fancy down on the other.
I said, the only panels who here as I'm a banana, cement trailer.
A double packet way.
Oh, a good castle, like Coco Yima or more, or Mufi.
Nana, I mean, I say, I know what I'm seeing you are, and the minute to us, so Mamma knows you're not paying.
Okay, I'll have a channel.
Yeah. Banana, Obaka, Mamma MP before pressure.
Okay.
Obaka, Mamma MP before pressure or this.
I say, oh, my command, a different
Eddie,
I'm a figure.
Okay. I was MC San offers in Papa, no, I'm almost I know.
Look, real papa.
Oh, I see. Okay. Now,
no, I was wouldn't go my bonny Kaka.
Sir, I don't know today.
No, won't be so long. Which is
Nana, I know, sir. Thank you very much. Nana Sabon, so a customer for the ma, Cabana also drew me, and I'm thinking. I don't know, MC. MC, I couldn't come out. Says the MC, much as some doing common answer. The only chat talk.
Yes, Madame offers an assassin. Nana Daroma, and say, Cemetery lady, Obienwa, who be just so. And I'm a grown deno. But yet, then say, Yura, national chairman. Epese yenum asomdue ebuamu entene yen platforms so ne ade nyina no ehase ye ka kire obia se kase bia na ye kanu ya de kire ye ho no mfaso obia ni so ye nyina ye MPP ma na enema bi ne si ya ma binom ebufu bae na yewura national chairman ede na tiemu yi ye nyina ye betie no na nhia ombeye na ye ne abusuafo nyina edi nkomo na asomdue aba no gidi se ebeboa ama MPP abrebia no edwoso enam ne mapa MPP yema ye na yenso yema ntino etimi aboa yama ya maximize vote 2020 omampani His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo yema no 86% ana yura Jonkoma yema no 83% na afi no megirises enkabo mu ba na yenyina ye ba ko a ebetimi akoyanim up to about 90%. Enti mesre busuafo nyina se enei o kasa wonu bia ho a no wo onabodi omi ho nanso wo MPP no yenhwe kwan fa so ebe kasa na yen hyenkrofo ahoroba yen hyenkrofo bufu na enti ase se asomdue ba yenyina no ebeboa ye na yetu anamopa ede ama MPP and come December say your United MPP e wodwo a megide ye se yebetumi anya emandodo na ya maintain seat no na edidodo na so akoboa His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no be your mampani na enuma pa MPP ye no ya to na for the first time that me break 8 said ye no see enim na pese ye no nti ebesere busuafo se adwobre mpanifo se afiechi eni abofo no abani ato awie
okay
ma yenye careful about and I catch say even celebration go up to date obi an celebrate because ye pese yenko e bibia ade abufuo ene o ha obi abesan abre
okay
mechia egisoma nyina ede obi ase
honorable SO Frimpong municipality executive ewo edeso na we dey na kwabra bate ne want to say
oh lawyer ne ho ye bre no abre and yeso onyana ho mekakra I'm sure say e be free be chineko no mbetenenka
ana oba na enkomhye ne ba ye say Bernard akuya say so for the friend no ehye enkom so obeye MP no ampa nso so enkomhye no enya bam bala adwo ho mekakra na wabesra yi
obeba nano adwada anadwo nso ye ko agya ho all night agya nso so ebompa ye emai edne se go no so ka kire ne say baby a wabegina obaji nyame ho mo no obesan ba ho abeda nyame ase enti yeda Pentecost for so ase alade yentem se na na ekoye asofo kukudam ombo mpaye edema yewura korabwate na ampani ampa nyame ayadom na nkonimdie nso aba yeda tumfo nyankopon ase yeda omampani na bedi akire party mpanimfo aba ye nyina edomo nyina ase na nkanka adweso man se de mekan no omahu ade a MPP aban aye ogusu ye ene de obeye edomo nyina se omaboa ama seat no enti se amasa nenka ebe ha dwene omaboa yen enti yenso so anidie fata ɛna nneɛma yɛyɛ no so bia ni hɔ a ɛstop it ɛnɛ okɔbɔ ankran lamport a egusu gidigidi sɛ de bɛyɛ ɛbɛwie ama mabunu enya adwuma ayɛ yɛda Josefo nyinaa se sɛ ɔmahyɛ MPP anuonyam na lɔya kwabrabo aten asan fa konwa no biem na ɔkɔtena so sɛ MP ɛwɔ Joso ɛde ama yɛ yɛda obi ase
na yɛsɛ maame baako obonwure ɔsɛ MPP de mo de bo okra abegyina on de obeto onfa ho sɛ ɛyɛ stone na mo de ato obeto
nea ya na binom kansa no ye sɛ de maka no sɛ ɔdɔ a amanfo no ɛwɔ ma MPP ɛno nti na nsɛ sɛ yenso yɛde nkrofo no akoma edi agro sɛ ɔka sɛ ɛboɔ begyina hɔ na sɛ waanyɛ de ɛwɔ sɛ ɔyɛ ma ɛboɔ no wɔ sɛ ɔyɛ na sɛ nipa no ɔmbo anyi so a ɛbedu baabi no saa ade na wɔka no ɛnyɛ adwuma gye de yɛ sɛ nea ɔmanfo no hwɛ kwan no sɛ na no na ɔsɛ me nto aba ma ho mato aba ma ho na me mehia agyanan bia wayɛ ama me finito enti ɔto aba no wie a ɔhwɛ kwan sɛ obenya so mfaso na I'm sure sɛ nea MPP aban yɛ ma yɛ da bia no ɔbɛto aso ayɛ na aboa ama agyesofo akɔso ata MPP akyi na abre bia no so yɛnya ne pa afiri aban no ho
okay
zana me ho
okay
all right
honorable no pay yɛda ase pa okay honorable municipal chief executive Ediso municipal eso Frimpong and no pay or pass it through no and no pay kobo ebedi so having the studio CEO at the Student Loan Trust Fund in the person of Nuhu Bagobo Mahama and Nuhu Mahama mema na kwaba agya honorable kwama me na ma CEO metrase na me ni CEO monko mo kakra a na me ne mo so abem edo de me de honorable ashon se jan kwama me na na me ne o kwabra trase menko na ye ne CEO ni nkomo ye be wiesisi na de ho na ye de ato so mama na kwaba I want to get the name correct. Yes, let me be sure if Nuhu Bayobo Mahama. CEO, am I pronouncing the name correct?
Yes.
It's fine.
Nuhu.
It's fine.
Bayobo.
Okay. Yes.
Bayobo.
Nuhu Bayobo
Mahama.
Okay. Yes. Bayobo. Yes. Mahama. So I will be comfortable mentioning Nuhu Mahama.
No problem.
People have been saying that.
Most of the time you go like Nuhu B Mahama because the Bayobo is difficult. That one you need to eat a lot of okro before you.
And sometimes I so.
Okay.
My favorite meal is toza fish. So for okro and those things, yes.
That's nice.
Well, I have in the studio the CEO of Student Loan Trust Fund, the person of Mr. Nuhu B. Mahama, already seated, so we are proceeding. See you, Pacho, now what to say? Yabeke Kabum, Yabe makes a chini brofono cracker. Na Yadiako, baby, I will say, Open your cow, Honon, so Pacho, meaning say, oh, yeah. What did he say?
Sadiq Hassan.
Okay, are you the special assistant to or CEO?
I'm an administrative manager in the students.
Okay, just come forward a bit. Get closer to the microphone. Yes, you said your position is
administrative manager, Students Loan Trust Fund.
Okay. It's a addition for a more purpose here. You are happy this morning because Musio no Abeduha. Na onyan transcribe, but there's a message obidia ba mamin kind of 10 emamo. As a good morning to all cherished listeners of Kessben. Mr. Nuhu Bayobo Mahama, your effort and time both mean a lot to the student fraternity. You really care about the student body, and that means a lot. As a result shows your commitment as the SLTF CEO for improving the welfare of all students across the country in pursuit of their educational dreams. Upper West Region has been blessed to have you as a son and Ghana as a whole. Honorable Meka Sobeba, and me assure Senintina Untra Sekra no message from Abdul Aziz Jibani, all the way from Upper West Region. and Abdulaziz Esha. But on Facebook, no, Kessben FM. Oh, question, Opeso Bisa Honorable, and I see you are already here seated. Until Ebesen Comodiana say, I'm in from Facebook, no, Ebamo, wherever you are watching us, and now you're listening to us. Facebook, no, Kessben FM. Facebook, no, Kessben FM. Your WhatsApp number say Didi Jumano. O question over to me about Facebook or Kessben FM. What the buy, baby, sir? And answer 0551 599933 0551 599933. The story of Student Loan Trust Fund. CEO Afei Akwababio. See was our Student Loan Trust Fund once more. The journey so far. Okay,
thank you very much for this opportunity. And let me start by saying that Student Loan Trust Fund was established by Act 820 in 2005. In fact, we started operating December 2005. And let me put on record that it was President John Ajekunku former who introduced Student Loan Trust Fund. Before the introduction of Student Loan Trust Fund, we used to have what we call the SNIT loan. You know, those who have been to school earlier than 2005 who admit that there used to be something called the SNIT loan. And if you needed to have that loan, you apply to SNIT. You needed to have some number of guarantors before they go through the processes and then they give you the money. So in 2005, President Kufuor and his cabinet felt they need to make financial assistance available to all students. So what they did was that they decided to expand the network or the base of the fund by making it the Student Loan Trust Fund. Instead of having it like the SNIT loan. So they expanded it to make it the Student Loan Trust Fund. And since its inception, the fund has supported a number of students, thousands and thousands of Ghanaian students. And during the time, right from 2005, if you needed to have this financial assistance, you were required to at least have guarantors, minimum of 3. From the initial stages, you needed to have some guarantors that might have contributed to Senate for at least 32 months for you to be qualified to be given the facility. Then, as we move along, we'll definitely come across the progression that the fund has made. But what I can say is that the fund so far has supported a lot of students, and various students that are listening can actually even verify to what I'm saying, that the fund has been very supportive to them. So far, so good.
So far, so good. That's why I'm picking we are beginning the main discussion. So what are the processes now? If you compare from the 2005 process of application to the students who are listening currently, how do they apply if they want to get something to facilitate their academics or education?
So let me say, those days we used to have the manual processes, like what you have to fill the form, go through all these processes before. Fast forward. Since 2017, when MPP government took over, we decided that, looking at the situation we have, a lot of students actually need this support from us. But there has always been a barrier, and the barrier is getting the person that you get to guarantee the loan for you. So in the year 2020, we decided to launch the no guarantor policy. That is, take away that barrier of having people to sign before you can have access to the loan. And it will interest you to note that since the inception of the no guarantor policy, the fund was doing on the average about 10,000 applications in a year. But since we launched the no guarantor policy right from 2020 up to now, we've been recording an average of over 50,000 applications. So that is one of the benefits of digitalization in actual fact. So we've been recording an average of over 50,000 applications in a year, and we've tried as much as possible to do disbursements. So far, within this year, we have disbursed over 30 million Ghana cedis so far to over 20,000 people, and we are still continuing the processes. So now it is more easier for you to apply. You just go online to the student loan portal, and then you are able to fill the forms. When you fill the form, then you have your Ghana card. That is what is required. Your Ghana card is just what is required for you to have access to the loan. And the loan is available to all tertiary students, be it public or private. Everybody, if you, so far as you are attending an accredited institution in Ghana, offering an accredited course in Ghana, then you are qualified for the loan. And all what you need, as our father will say, Dr. Mahmoud Baume, all what you need is your Ghana card to be able to apply. Then you have the loan.
Okay, so let me be a bit biased here. Kessben University College students, all of them can apply?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's both private and public. Okay. So they can all apply. And in fact, all what they need is their Ghana card.
Okay.
And I know Kessben University College is accredited, and almost all the courses, in fact, all the courses are accredited as well. So they are all qualified. Everybody is qualified to apply.
Okay.
So far as you need it, when you qualify, you get the money.
Do you charge any fee on the application processes?
No.
If you go on the system and you're trying to apply, are you going to pay something?
No, you don't pay. We don't charge any fee on applications. So let me also just say that if you are a student and you go through the application processes and somebody asks you to pay some money, it means it's not student loan.
Okay.
It's fraud. We don't charge any fee for the application processes.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. And I know there were processes, okay, that when the students apply after the application and complete whatever course that he's doing, there were processes of repaying back the loan.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate further on that for us? So after the application, for instance, I'm a student at Kessben University College. I'm doing maybe humanities, like communication, for 4 years. I'm done with it. I got the loan from your office. I was able to complete whatever program I was doing, and I'm done. How am I going to pay back, or what are the processes?
Okay, so let me also be biased. Okay. So Kessben University, a student of communication.
Okay.
You've applied for the loan.
Yeah.
We've gone through all the processes, all the verification processes. You are qualified. The loan is disbursed to you.
Yeah.
So what happens is that in a year, from year one, if you apply, it means you get the money from year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4.
Okay.
You can equally apply when you are even in year 3 or year 4. So it doesn't matter which year you are in. So far as you are in the school and you are offering the course, you can apply at any time. Then the money will be given to you. When you are done with school, you have 1 year mandatory national service to do, which is a free year for you.
Okay.
Then after that, you are given another free year
or
another year for you to organize yourself to start paying the loan.
Okay.
So technically speaking, we give you 2 years free period. After the 2 years, then you pay back the loan. And when you are paying back after the 2 years, currently the interest on it is 14%. And this we tell people even at the point of application that the interest on the loan is 14%. This government has taken some steps, and in fact we are even plans are even very, very far advanced for us to look at how to even step on the interest. Even though it's subsidized now, we are still working to make sure we bring it to the barest minimum so that so many people can have access to the fund, so many people can have access to education. What we are doing, as I said earlier, is trying as much as possible to make sure that people are given the opportunity to go to school. So financial challenges should not be a barrier at all.
Okay.
So we are trying everything possible to bring down the interest on the money, even though it's highly subsidized as we speak, 14%. Because if you go to any of the commercial banks, you will not get a loan at 14%.
Okay.
Now it's highly subsidized, but we are doing everything possible to make sure to bring it down a little and even increase the loan amount.
Okay.
So these are things that we are working on, and we know, inshallah, we will get there.
Do we have a limit of an amount of money that can be loaned? For instance, I'm doing medicine, depending on the program the student is doing. Do we have a limitation?
Yeah, so the categorization, I say yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, because now the maximum amount you can have, or maximum access you can have, is 3,000 Ghana cedis in the academic year.
Maximum
amount
okay.
is 3,000 in the academic year.
Depending on the program or for all programs?
So for all programs, the maximum amount you can have is 3,000.
Okay.
We are working to categorize some of the programs now. That there are some programs that they pay much higher than others.
Like medicine.
So, like medicine, pharmacy, and all. So the sciences, we are trying to categorize them.
Okay.
And moving forward, we are going to have some benchmarks to have, let's say, if you are doing medicine, probably you are qualified for, let's say, a 6,000.
Okay.
You know. So we are trying to work out things like that. Okay. But for now, the maximum amount you can have when you apply to the fund is 3,000 Ghana cedis a year.
Okay.
Yes.
And how many months will it take for an applicant to get the money or the loan? The period?
It doesn't take long. Some people apply, and within a week they get their money. Others apply, yes.
Okay.
Others apply, and it takes 2 months. Okay. Others take 3 months.
Okay.
Yes. And
so
this is
why the discrepancies?
Yes. So that is what I'm coming to explain. The Student Loan Trust Fund works in an ecosystem. When I say that, it means we have some other players that we work with.
Okay.
And these players we work with all play a role when it comes to verification, when it comes to disbursements. So, for instance, Kessben University, as a private university, you are supposed to give us the database of the students that are in the school. We have a database system that all universities, all tertiary institutions, we have all the students that you have admitted and the courses and everything, we have them in our database. So if, let's say, students from this school apply to us, they want student loan. And in the database, Kessben University, that's the registrar or the administration, have not given us the list or the master list from the school. We will not be able to verify whether Mr. A is a student of Kessben University or not.
Okay.
So usually what happens is that we communicate to all the universities to send us, as soon as they finish their admissions, they send us an updated list of all the students that are in the school.
Okay.
So that as soon as you apply, we are able to verify whether you are a student in the school or not.
Okay.
After that, we also go ahead to verify whether the course you are offering is indeed an accredited course that is being offered in that particular institution that you are applying from, you know. So all these checks are there that we have to go through. So there's a possibility that a student from UDS, for example, the administration have already sent their list and everything to us. Okay. So that student applied today. We are able to verify that, yes, the person is a student, he's offering a course, an accredited course and all that. Kessben University, you also apply today.
Okay.
Unfortunately for that student in Kessben University, the university authority have not sent us the list, the master list.
But I know this Kessben University authority, they will said it earlier.
Yeah, I know, yeah, so I'm just using it as an example.
And I'm also helping the example.
So yes, when you apply, that says, you see, the UDS student probably will get his disbursement as soon as the verification process is done today and the funds are available, he will get the money.
So it's almost like this mathematical application we're doing in senior high school, FIFO-LIFO method, business maths and costing. First in, first out, last in, first out. Okay.
You know, so that is the thing.
Okay.
So it's possible that you send in your application, but we have not gotten the verified list or the master list from your institution.
Okay.
So we cannot verify you.
Okay.
That is one. The other thing is maybe your application have come in, but as at the time the application comes in, we are not having enough money to disburse to you. Yes. But this time around, the story is changing, or the story has changed because the Minister of Education, collaboration with the presidency, that's the vice president's office, they have made everything possible to make sure we have enough money for disbursements. So as soon as you apply, we are able to disburse to you.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So those are the issues. So it is not always the case that when you apply, immediately you get the money. In some cases, it may delay because of these factors that I have mentioned.
Okay.
Yes.
And the mode of repayment, there's a perception out there that it's government money. Yeah. So there's a traditional thing that we used to say, I know the purpose, and then one, Timabeji, Marie, Mako Abrutre, Miko, UK, be a question, and I'm a question America, baby, where they are bicycle the age 9 years. How are you? Normally bank loans near the ones here to be court. Na ETCB. Nti kwabe na mufaswa mo jeni back.
Okay. A student loan, our operations. What I try to tell people is that we are guided by morality.
Okay.
In the sense that the money you take today, your repayment determines who gets the money tomorrow.
Okay.
So your brother or your sister is also in the tertiary institution and also needs money. So if you are qualified to pay, or if it's time for you to pay, you need to pay for the person to also get access.
Okay.
Look, last year, our repayments alone were able to raise in excess of 60 million Ghana cedis.
Okay.
And all that 60 million Ghana cedis went back into and disbursements, So, and this year so far, we have done over 30 million. And all that is going back into disbursement. It means it's broadening the base, it's broadening the beneficiaries, people that will have access to this money. So what happens is that when you are due for payments, we send reminders to people that, look, you are due for payment, come in and pay. If you have peculiar challenges that, some people say after school, 2 years after school, I don't have a job.
Yeah.
It's true. We all know you may not have a job. What you do is that you contact us, we work out a plan for you. Okay. You don't just sit down and say, I will not pay or I will not come. If you don't come, it's a sign that you don't want to pay.
Okay.
But student loan, the way it's structured, there is nowhere to run to and there's nowhere to hide.
Okay.
Yes, government support the fund, but over the period, the fund itself is sustaining itself. So we are raising money, or we mobilize this money repayments as a revolving fund within, So it is not all the money that comes from government directly now.
Okay.
So you have to make the payment so that we'll be able to disburse to others. But we have various processes that we go through.
Okay.
If, for instance, you are due for payments, after the 2-year moratorium, you have up to 10 years to pay.
Okay.
After 10 years, if we don't hear from you, then we start triggering our processes.
Okay.
And in fact, somewhere last year, a couple of names were published on the dailies and all that.
Okay, name and shame.
Yeah, those are like, let's say, the last result that we go into, and then prosecution finally is what brings it to a conclusion. But interestingly, most of the loans were guaranteed by some guarantors.
Okay.
So what we do is that we collaborate with Senate and other stakeholders. That look, you guarantee a loan for so and so. You are going on retirement now. The loan hasn't been paid. What do we do? Let us sit down and work out what are we going to do so that we don't lose our money. So that whatever you are taking home, at least we are able to also raise something out of it and then take care of the loan. So there are a number of processes that we go through. We don't harass people like some other institutions that go to marketplace, name and shame people. No, we don't do that. In fact, finally, when you see us in the media, let's say publishing names, it means that we have done all things that are humanly possible. And these individuals are not actually coming forth with any reasonable, what's the name, solutions. That is why we get to that point.
Well, let me go to some of the questions sent by some of our listeners across the country. I say, good morning, Honorable. My name is Father Bedu from Ajimako, Onyane in Central Region. Please, I need a portal for the student loan. Maximum amount required. I'm saying the account was some that I want, and I'll say I'm in level 400, but owing tuition fee about 3,000 Ghana cedi. Can I get all when will I be able to apply for the loan? Said also ya bob or so kakra. But about the questions about what's happening 0551 59 9933 0551 59 9933. My memory father and a feather. Okay, feather bedu. So I'll say porter. But I'm more porter be I'm betting me apply also.
Yes.
Okay.
Administrator, do you want to take that?
Okay.
But if you just go to the student loan, in fact, if you don't even need to go to a website, if you type student loan trust fund,
okay,
immediately we have a very user-friendly website. It will come. When it pops up, you go to applications.
Okay.
You tap on applications, it will take you through the processes for you to fill the form. You don't need www.studentloantrustfund.gov.gh.
Okay.
Just type, if you go into Google and just type student loan trust fund, it will come up. So
okay,
it is not any special portal that you need to go to have access to it.
Honorable Akuoko Kwarteng, please ask him that is the 3,000 Ghana cedi for the academic year, since the nursing college is having 2 semesters in academic year, which we pay about 4,000 per semester. So will the money be given to you each and every semester, or just once, as he did mention earlier?
Okay.
Yes.
So let me say that yes, the 3,000 is for the academic year, but
okay,
I need to also make some quick clarification here.
Okay.
Nursing students are under the Ministry of Health. In fact, unfortunately, now they are not under the Student Loan Trust Fund. They cannot apply.
Oh, okay.
We pay allowances to teacher training college students.
Okay.
So all the teacher training college allowances that are paid, they are paid from Student Loan Trust Fund.
Oh, I see.
Yes. But the nursing is done from the Ministry of Health.
Okay.
So we are working to see how best to get the nursing students into the under the education ministry, but these are policy issues. So for now, nursing is not part of our catchment or our target group. So the nursing students are under the Ministry of Ministry of Health.
Okay.
So it's only the teacher training college that we disperse allowances to.
Okay.
Yes.
So apart from nursing,
as I said, so the 3,000 cedis is for the year. So usually what happens is that most universities operate the semester system. So you have 2 semesters. So what happens is the first semester we disperse, if you are qualified for 3,000, we disperse 1,500 to you in the first semester, then 1,500 to you in the second semester.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. His name is Johnson Okante from Yeji, Bono is region, NOT Aba. Kwabra bi baby sir ebi we are na menkwati for so on pese omobem. Most of them know concerns be bria ye pese omobem. But obra so a your numbers na didi dwuma no e be mama friend na mo so mo bi sabi 0551599933. Kwabra mami ti o.
Right, honorable Medas na me pese mbusa say Yeka student loan trust fund was wakasa nurses for often or more say or medium babeka hone and croneba and siphon as before. Now Osai Kai Efa Uya Yama 2 years.
Okay.
So unye juma mpesa hono or chremuye. So being ye juma 2 years now. There be arrangement bisana turning a year.
Okay.
Panabitimia Saskan.
Okay.
Okay. It's a human institution, and we say that it's not all the time, probably after school, that you get a job. Student loan trust fund, let me put it on record that the loan, we don't give the loan, and repayment is based on when you get a job.
Okay.
Our time is that when you finish school, you have 2 years free period. After the 2 years, you pay the loan, and not when you get a job, you pay the loan.
So whether you've gotten a job or you haven't gotten a job,
after the 2 years, you have to start. Yeah, you should be able to pay.
Okay.
Right. So it is not. It's not the case that you need to get a job before you pay.
That's why I want the
yes, it's not the case that you need to get a job before you pay. It's 2 years free period. But within the free period, if you even have the money that you want to pay, you pay.
Okay.
When you pay, it means you are going to pay without all this interest that we are talking about.
Okay.
But after the 2 years, we start calculating the interest.
Okay.
What I try to
so
explain is that
within 2 years now, interest.
High interest.
It is 14%
interest.
Oh wow.
But after the 2 years, no, we start calculating the 14% interest on the money. Okay. Now, what I meant by saying we could work something out is that if after the 2 years you are still not in the position to pay the money, you contact us and tell us that, look, I don't have a job, or this is my challenge, so can you reschedule this for me? Okay. Probably we can work on the interest, we can look at the time period, So those are the things that I'm talking about. Okay. But it is not the duty of Student Loan Trust Fund to get a job for you after school, for you to be able to pay the money.
Okay, in case of possibly there is a demise, the person you gave the loan to, how are you going to recoup their money? Because for now there are no guarantor system.
Yes. Yeah. So in every loan that we disburse, we have an insurance package on the loan. And that insurance package is meant to take care of these things. It's not just only demise. If it's established that after school you are permanently disabled, you cannot do anything. If the hospital or the needed authorities are able to establish the fact that you can't work, you can't do anything, there's an insurance package that is a component of the loan that we always have. Okay. So that insurance package is what is going to take care of your loan.
Okay. What are some of the challenges that after disbursing these loans, what are some of the challenges you've faced so far? What are some of the critical challenges you are facing now?
Yeah, aside the repayments, repayments has always been, Maakye is no good. He said something that, good. So the repayment has always been an issue. Aside that, as I mentioned earlier, we have issues about financing, availability of funds and all that. But I also said it has been improved over the period. And now it's quite better. Then one of our biggest challenges that we have is this accreditation. Because a lot of students apply to the fund, or they try applying, but their institutions or the courses they are offering in the various institutions have not been accredited. And we get our information straight from the National Accreditation Authority. Yes, Accreditation Board. So they feed us with the list of institutions that have been accredited and all the courses that have been accredited under each institution. So if your university say, oh, we have accreditation and all the courses have been accredited, it's left on to us to verify from the National Accreditation Board whether indeed what the university is saying is true or not. We have so many instances that people have applied, the university says we have accreditation, then the National Accreditation Board says they were supposed to renew their accreditation, they didn't do it, so they are not part of the list. Then another big challenge that we face is the false information, or the false information people give. There was an instance in the office that a man who had twins came in, and his complaint was that these twins, they both applied to the fund. One was given 2,000, the other was given 3,000 in a year. So he didn't understand. He wanted to know why that should be, because they are all coming from the same family and everything. Then I said, we have a system, the means testing system, that when you apply, questions are asked in the system. As you answer the questions, your answers are analyzed and categorized. So at the end of the day, the system places you under category 1, category 2, category 3, whatever. So when that is done, various sums are assigned to these categories. And that is what we pay, or that is what we use to pay. Now, I decided to call for the forms that the twins fill. So we're going through the forms, and we saw occupation of father one of them wrote that the father was a carpenter.
Okay.
The other one said the father is wood engineer. Two different things.
So what is the difference between carpenter and wood engineer?
You know, a carpenter, everybody knows a carpenter. A wood engineer probably is a higher person that probably do analysis on wood and make a lot of money. You know, so it's not a carpenter.
So the word engineer qualified.
Yes, the word engineer. So the father is a wood engineer.
And qualified the engineer.
Then we went through the form.
Okay.
The other one, the father. Average income of the father.
Okay.
Then the lady wrote, I think, 1,500.
Okay.
The number of people in the house, 3. Then, so the questions, the answers are there. Then you go to this person's form, the average income, she wrote 10,000.
Okay.
Number of kids, 2.
Okay.
Right. So everybody analyzing this. I mean, you have only 2 kids. You are getting 10,000 a month.
Okay.
I mean, this child doesn't need so much money, right? At least you should be able to support that child.
Yeah.
This one, the father is a carpenter, making on average 1,500 a month. The mother is a housewife. Your mother, you said your mother is a teacher.
Okay.
Yes. So the same twins, different answers.
Okay.
So your mother is a teacher, right? So on the average, your mother is making at least 2,000 a month. So your mother is making 2,000, your father is making 10,000. At least they should be able to take care of you. Yeah. And you are only 2. That according to your form or according to the information you have provided. This one says there are 3 in the family. The father is a carpenter, making on the average 1,500. The mother is a housewife.
So you know how you also fill the form determines the amount of money you receive from the farm.
Because series of questions are asked.
Okay.
And the analysis are done based on the answers that you provide.
Okay.
You see. So it's prosy means testing that we get to know that you are actually in need. This person is not so much in need. Probably the person should be able to get some support. You know, so that is how the categorization is done. You know, we also pay special attention to the girl child and people with disability. These are people that. Then now the Minister of Education have always insisted that we should also give priority to STEM education. So people who are offering all this engineering, that is why at the beginning I even told you that we are trying to see how best to categorize it so that we can have the medicine, engineering courses and that pay higher fees. We are trying to see how best to have higher amounts allocated to such people as compared to the others.
We're coming, but let me find out. Postgraduate students, can they also apply? Are they eligible to apply?
Unfortunately, for now, they are not covered. They are not part of it. We deal with first degrees. You know, it is in this country that we look at postgraduate education to be, let me say, compulsory. Postgraduate education is supposed to be something that you do at your own will. I mean, you have finished your first degree. That's basic requirement for you to work. You have a job. Then at least then you decide to enhance the knowledge that you are having. You know, but now everybody when they are done with first degree, they are going, you know, you go to do postgraduate course and you start putting pressure on people to help you pay your school fees. The whole idea of postgraduate education is that you should be able to support yourself whilst you are in school. You know, so.
That impression is perfect, but looking at our system, sometimes to get a well-paid job or well-paying job, the degree nowadays, all of us will agree, or you don't agree with me on that?
I disagree. I disagree because I disagree because you know the country that we are in, even the Public Services Commission, if they are to do recruitments, what they look at is a degree. You know, they don't say come with a second degree or whatever. They look for a degree. So a lot of people listening to me will admit to the fact that they have masters or whatever you call them. But when they were applying to their jobs, they had to use their degree certificates to get in. And now whilst you are there, you are now trying to see how best you can upgrade or they can upgrade you whilst you are in the job. You see, so the minimum requirement for the job is a degree, not a master's.
So from the explanation given, it means postgraduate students we have no future plan.
No. We have a lot of future for them, but I'm just trying to say that.
No, we have no future plans for them in terms of the Student Loan Trust Fund.
No, we have some. In fact, we are working on something. I would not want to take the wind out of the sail for some political pronouncements that will be made, but I know definitely we are going to include some category of students as well going forward.
So there'll be political pronouncements from the MPP flag bearer, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia?
Most likely, because I mean we are working and he has done so much
for the Student Loan
Trust Fund, and he understands what goes in there. And he's the one that has been doing all the legwork to make sure finances are made available to the fund. So he understands what really goes into.
He's almost like a godfather to the Student Loan Trust Fund.
Let me put it that way, because almost everything that has to do with education is so dear to his heart. So it's not just only Student Loan Trust Fund. Everything that has to do with education. In fact, if the easiest way, let me give you a secret, but it's a radio anyway, so it's still a secret. The easiest way to get the VIP or Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia to listen to you is for you to just start talking about education. Yes, if you are texting and he's not minding you, just send him a message about education. Say something about education or about the 21st century, what do you call it, development or digitalization. Look, these are things that will prick him for him to start responding to you. So if you want an interview with him and you are not getting time, you can write a message that has to do with education and send it to him. Immediately he will come, because everything that has to do with education is so dear to him. And
this is coming from Neri KNUST. I see most often than not, we hear Student Loan Trust Fund says payment is done in batches, and therefore we need to wait until it's our turn. This has resulted in many students not able to sit end of the semester exams. I want to suggest that the batches should be that at least a month after a university resumes school, such students are paid to settle fees. This will still be in batches, since not all universities operate same academic calendar. Accumulating all students from all university and paying in batches seems to defeat the purpose of setting up the Student Loan Trust Fund institution. Anyway, I received mine this week, and kudos to the CEO. But now, Richard said, batches. Can you explain that?
Okay, so I want to ask Nelly this question. Now, if you had applied to student loan 2 weeks ago, then somebody applied to the loan this week, and the person gets his or her money, and you don't get, how will you feel? You don't feel good, right? The money is paid, as I mentioned, when funds are available. This time we are trying to clear all that. So students can also testify that this time the turnover time is very short. As soon as you apply, you get your money, because the money is there that we are paying. But before now, when you apply, maybe a month earlier, and somebody is applying today, the small money that we get, we have to pay those who applied earlier, not you that you are applying today. So that is what we mean by the badges. If you had applied a month earlier and there was no money, now we have some money and somebody is applying today, we should pay the one who applied a month earlier before we come to you. You know? So that is what a lot of people, but the same person would have been so happy if she applied today and the money comes tomorrow. But that is what we are working to do, because very soon, when you apply, within a week, you should have your money. Because if the money is available, as soon as you apply, you have your money.
I say good morning, Honor. My name is Opoku, University of Education, Winneba. Please, my problem is the amount I receive is too small to at least pay half of my fees. And the CEO is saying most disbursements are done semesters. But for 2 years, I received 1,200 Ghana cedis every year. And as I said, it's seriously not helping me most. Is there anything I have to do? Kindly help me for him to answer my question. Opoku say, well, apply. Okay, let me, let me put the question this way. Assuming say my application. Now my say maximum 3,000. But me fill a form, look at me could jam and num some papa whisker.
So papa
go jam and say, me papa a radio engineer. Me wanna be a technician. And I could say me 1,000 per. At least I could do 3,000 mamia nkabe boame. Is there a way to reverse it?
Yes, there's always a way to get back into the system, because it's a human institution. If you make a mistake, you can always have. That's why in all the public institutions, both public and private, but most of the time the private institutions, you don't give us space. So what we do is that we find space in the public institution that is closer to most of them. So for instance, Kessben University, Kumasi Technical University, we have an office there. We also have an office at Tech. Then we have the regional office as well. These places are places that you can easily, any student at all who is having such issues can easily walk into, and they will be looked at and then resolved for you. So if probably you had applied at the time of application, you see, maybe at the time of application your father was alive and he was making the 1,500 on the average. Now you are in second year, your father is no more. Right? It means things or circumstances have changed. So you should be able to notify us. If you walk into any of these offices, the officers are there, very hardworking people. They will be able to assist you to at least revise the information that you have in there. Then the amount can be looked at. Then when it comes to what is coming from my good friend named Winneba, anyway, let me put that whenever I'll be visiting you very soon. So, but it happens that people apply, and I said it earlier that it's subjected to availability of funds. So it's possible that the last 2 years we were able to pay just the one semester for the person. But it shouldn't be so. We try as much as possible to pay the entire amount. Now, if you say the 3,000 maximum is, yes, we all know, based on economic factors and everything, that 3,000 is woefully inadequate, yes. But, Honorable, this fund was established in 2005. Then Kufuor left government in 2008. From 2008 all the way to 2016, the maximum capping of the fund was 2,000 Ghana cedis.
I see.
It took Akufuor and Baumia to increase this thing from the 2,000 to 3,000. And as we speak, considering all the factors that are going on, I know that this 3,000 capping that we are having, or the maximum 3,000 we are having, is going to be revised. So hopefully, even from next academic year, we are going to have some revised figures from the 3,000 to probably 5,000 or something. So, that's why we always say that when you have people in leadership who think about tomorrow, who think about the future, they take steps to make sure that people don't suffer. Right. If right from 2005, maximum capping of the fund was 2,000, all the way to 2016, how many years? It took somebody who is thinking about how students will survive, who is thinking about how to make resources, financial resources available to students, to increase it from the 2,000 to 3,000 that we have now. And I know that that person, given the opportunity, will increase this thing from the 3,000 to probably a 5,000. So that's what we talk about.
And who is that person?
Since I started, I've been saying it, and I've repeated myself over and over and over. The only man in Ghana who has the education of our youth at heart, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. he will do it.
There's a question from a friend who is listening to us or watching us in South Africa. His name is John K. Asante. I say, Honorable, I want to know the criteria they base on before the loan is granted. Do we have any criteria?
Yes, that is what I said. The criteria I mentioned earlier, basic one, is that you should be a student of Ghana. You should be a student. And you should be a Ghanaian. That's first degree student. Or you should be in a tertiary institution, accredited tertiary institution, offering an accredited course in Ghana, not out of Ghana. Unfortunately, we don't support people outside Ghana. So we do, or we support people within Ghana, Ghanaians within Ghana.
Nari had a question for Fraba, say, or seeking clarification. Kakra say, paying in batches should be according to the university calendar. Since all school uses different academic calendar, this will still mean batches. Nelly, question though, if I'm getting her right, and I'm meeting, I say, I just a school ni be a while. Mokasa mokabo might be a way baby in the DNA. We baby in the DNA, I say, now I could create a problem. Maybe or I bit my phone.
Yes, so I think we are saying the same thing, because if you know your academic calendar starts in January, you don't wait and do your applications in February, right? Because the student portal is open all the time for you to apply. If your academic calendar starts in January and you do your application probably in December or in January, it means when there's money available, you get your money. Somebody who has his academic calendar starting, for instance, in September, probably would do the application around that time. So it's still the same thing, So we are saying the same thing, probably in different languages.
My name is Obi and be bit me attest. Kwabra, and Obi a bit me and Tiankwa T4 Kakra. Na be a student who work university, or Kessben University College. And now we a parent who be bisa question be a ye misa wa ha. Ye bisa pipa, ma obe se bisa question be a ye misa wa ha. De bisa wa ha de obisa yen san kweti. E bisa brand ko. Edi de wo no a ye misa ye anade wa kire mu bi a wanti ase ye na waba. Na wabebisa numbers no ye 0551 599933 0551 599933 0551 599933. This is Kessben 93.3FM. And pay say afen wadwane mene no bi mahama our student loan trust fund penimpa odano na esinko no studio ha ya ye din komo nya da bia na be politics to da bia o se ye boamo e mamu so munya kwan ko suade MPP ni NDC obaka ma de atekura sa wo so suade ne bia na oba ne sua bia ono so betimi anya ba bia si ya ma besia kakra student loan trust abanda Roma na mo de suade. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, but you did this all kasa free.
But you from Imano.
Right,
because I feel as a Korean.
Okay, but me too.
But your name question is if I say me student loan will be back in school. Now, see me if I say me a German and person me the net contribution. It's is it possible now?
Okay. Thank you very much. Very simple question. See you obey you no enter 0551 599933. But you have 5 batches of question and not 10 cry. You try to no preko. Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, where?
That's all.
Bazo my phone no anyone no space kakra mrem they go enter cry. Twe phone if you are no kakra na mintio.
That's yeah, and about over. It's a cleaning. You can okay.
But I was afraid you. Why? Ola ni munye. I'm say mementi. Timile so see you ebeti. And Mr. Facha me say brebi 0551599933. This is Kessben. Ye ni see you. Edema Student Loan Trust Fund. 18 komo. And try me yampon. Enwa bekase Akuoko nanka me fro but obisa me nyanse bia ma. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Chief.
Yeah, we did this all kasa free.
But I'm doing the Samsung.
Okay, brother.
Free Kenton Chrono.
Mama tiwe.
But I'm saying research you sir. I didn't know student loan. Yeah, they bua said be mobile for number of musia de. Then so na interest in your compound. If you say, I'm enough for GB, Kakadi, it was school time. You don't want Kaka. And loan and almost 15,000, 12,000. School how do you fight all those things back? And something about me and your sky high down. Yes, I'm a winning.
Would there be some question on dying behind the account? I know you had that matter.
But the question is, there be some compound interest? The compound interest is
14%. Yes. Question on dying behind you. Okay. 05515999. I don't behind the say behind. Obi also crying or fear that all
yeah. Okay, so let me I can take the first.
You can take the first.
Let me say that one philosopher said that the unexamined life is not worth living.
Okay.
When it comes to issues about interest on the loan,
compound interest. Number 5. Son, where you are no mama.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
sure.
Okay. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, but what did this all as a free?
But FM by Kessben Kote.
Okay, Kote, Mamintio.
If I show diploma.
But Kote, the network in a year, Tijana Kakrama, Kote, the network in a year, Jana Kakrama. Also, Obezo Bisa saying.
The person is different. Every time I school, after your diploma, every year service. Time person is also with degree. In general, some person may apply.
Okay, my two questions I say. You diploma. Why your service? Obezo ko degree, obeti me apply. Okay. Okay. Maminfa last to Nkauna Yamrasi also. Okay. Hello, good morning. Oh, one to me, so. All right. See you, but say, my idea, Mama Uniano, anyway, was diploma, Obezo degree. Yeah, starting fee, baby, now Obezo.
Okay. So I was saying that the unexamined life is not worth living. Yeah. There have been a lot of concerns about the interest, its compound nature, and all that. You know, we are here to serve. And the people that you serve, whatever product you are giving them, you listen to them. If they tell you this is what is their problem, you try to solve it for them. So as we speak, we still do the compound interest, but it's something that I can assure our student body that very soon is going to be revised. We are going to be having a simple interest calculation on all our loans throughout. So we are going to do that.
So the very soon will be how soon?
Probably the next academic year.
Okay.
Yes, most likely the next academic year.
Yes.
Yes, because we have determined people who say that, look, these things are things that we need to do.
Okay.
You know, so hopefully the next academic year, this issue will be resolved.
Okay.
If you have done a diploma and you are continuing to do your degree, yes, you can apply for the student loan. Then on the issue of SNIT contributions, it used not to be possible. It used not to be possible, but we've been having some discussions because of digitalization that we can share information smoothly between SNIT and student loan. Now we are looking at the possibility of having people. In fact, we may, moving forward, we may just have to write to you to tell you that, look, you are owing us this much. You have this amount of contribution with SNIT.
Okay.
So we are seeking your permission to use that to offset our. But it is something that needs to come from you as the borrower.
Okay.
Because if you are owing us and you tell us that, okay, you have money here, go ahead and take it, then we will be able to do that.
Okay.
But as I said, it used not to be possible.
Okay.
But now that we have put in some measures and we are going to bring that to fruition, that we can use SNIT contributions. In fact, they have some suggestions have even come up as to using the tier 3 contributions of workers and all that.
Okay.
So it's something that we are looking at. And you know, the Student Loan Act also empowers us as people who give out the money, to even track our borrowers all the way to their employers.
Okay.
So if you employ somebody at Kessben FM who is owing student loan and the person is not paying, we can actually write to you to notify you that so and so is owing us. So take some amount of money from the person's monthly salary so that you can disburse to us. And the law empowers us to even go ahead to even prosecute employers who fail to deduct these monies and then send the money to us. You know, so it's all part.
Let's say free money.
Yes, it's not free money at all. You know, I put it. I always tell people that if you want free money, at least as for student loan, it is not free money that you can have, because the whole idea is that with time, the fund should be able to sustain itself. The fund should be able to mobilize enough money by itself so that we can reach out to a lot of people.
Well, see, I think you've done enough for today, and maybe I'll take your last words.
Send me a question.
Okay, question.
Well, I have a friend who is visually impaired.
Okay.
He said he applied for the loan. The first one came. Okay. And since then, anytime he opens the portal, he doesn't see anything. He wants to inquire what might have caused that problem.
Yes. You know, I mentioned that because of the environment we work in, there could be a number of factors. Number one, that since the first disbursement, we've not been able to get verification from the school that the person is still a student in the school. That's one thing. Because you can be in school first year, then probably you are withdrawn from the school. You are no more a student. So if the school feeds us with the master list and your name is not part, it means you are no more a student of the school. So you cannot have the money. So these are some of the things that I was talking about. Wherever the person is now, I mean, he can just contact any of our nearest offices or campus offices, and if the person is indeed still a student in the school, this is an issue that can easily be resolved.
I mean, pick last batches, of course. No, na you must see the debate to an Good morning.
Good morning, Penny.
Yeah, we did this.
Now, what is it?
Yeah, where?
If I'm not a Japan, remember, because I feel I'm catching doing nothing.
No, no, what's happening? Say,
yo, Pacho, we just so for a decant in Yamada or Massey. Now, I just saw also do me a chief. So, more patches at once to come out.
I know your second round, I remember so. Yeah, politics. Yeah, man, could I see Kajo so somewhere? Tese, some politics. As you, as I said, we've done enough, but I want to make some fact also the Kakra. I just saw my time, Kakra, I do so. Why? Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, what about this? Okay, so free. Hello. If you just say, okay, I'm into you.
I'm a loan on the year 2021. It's I think let's say I mean some promoting. How much my policy is the account to the amount of money. But what I hope you only indication.
What's happening, man? Tinio, what's say OJ loan 2021 na den see here. Oh, yeah, we're there.
Or say OJ loan. No, almost in a man okay. But my son shall say something.
Okay. Yeah. Mammy found this person. Good morning.
Yeah, hello.
I got your veterans. Remember to Andia, Mam says, yeah, good morning. Yeah, and then I'm with Pelo in Bebre. And I'm in line with Munyakura. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, but you did this all as a friend.
Millionaire, said by what to know on this. Now maybe Sana. I'm asking, say, I hear what maybe at least one down. Say, you
oh, I'm going to send them my lines here. Never sound for friend. Yeah, I'm no, I'm the Yako, baby, or I come, baby, also. Now, mammy feedback, at Nero, for friend. ZOS na ukasa bi na me hwede ode betwa to wi abeto ade kakranti.
Okay, so
I just for batom
so with the overpayments, it's something that can easily be resolved. It's a human institution. Sometimes, if it's controller, it means that we send this data to them for them to do the deductions. So when it's done, okay, let me tell you what happens. When this money is deducted from controller, sometimes it takes a minimum of 3 months before it gets to student loan for us to get to know that you have paid or they have deducted your money. Right. So it's also one of the things that we are tackling now to make sure we have real-time transactions. So when they deduct, we get to know. Right. So until we get that money, we may not be able to tell whether you have paid or not. So there's a likelihood that after the deductions, from your pay slip, you've seen that the money has been deducted, but student loan is still not aware that the money has been taken. So the subsequent months, it will continue to go through like that. So what you do is that you just notify us. We will, as soon as the money comes to our end, everything will be refunded to you. Then we stop it from controller. So it's not something. The money is not lost at all. So you should just notify us. Then we will take steps to refund the money.
I will take your last words for our viewers and listeners, but. With your permission, Baminto Madia Kakramra. Na Mincheti for baby Omenian, my papa, Teria, and the CEO, Edibi Chachono. Now, or the Chadagazia.
Gentlemen,
say one who say, Yama school for Kakra, debate your school fees. I do some quan at the one person almost afro.
Almost almost free scene, Nimo.
Politics, yeah,
say, Pebisia.
Politics.
Gentlemen, yes, na Auntie Mary's baby gripe mixture and your difference ye. Ya catch a batten, you say, Yamoto swore and no. On say, Yana, your continent, and no more catch rain. As a young to Auntie Mario, Fisa Kodani bebad F.A. Flameco Jinani Yam any idea, they know what to chinimu, na o susa yentiasie. Auntie Mary's baby gripe mixture, yin quadel free yaw BMO, and no FDA ajatum. Sawu pesika crabia bebuang, ama u business ebumia. Your multi-credit savings and loans. Your being crobata wa Ghana habe bia. Enti baby abedru bia witimi yisika. Witimi so edisika eto. More to say. Ye for 60 days ne ntu susu. Ye pa besia kasia no mo ba me bi. Am ye dia tre yakwaban mu. Afe mi di mafo heba. Doctor time da so. E wona wo kone so abamu abumpo a. Na doctor shebre e dia to yare ne so. Wasi e ye stroke. Anasa wo to ase twotwon. Ana wanya namu ye de. Oba wani ni kunu wamo pa wo ayemi dima fo heba eho na wasa wokro achema agogo kumase ha anopeya doctor wo ho ya wo hwa yarefo nyina ntika ho na wo so fa ya de ko no hye bre emfanto so 0244774282 afeye gusu kaka ye ho se Graft Foundation wamo any Ghana Health Service akamba chimo any St Patrick Hospital akamba chimo se wamo beye free reconstructive surgery or surgery to be on my we are betue sika na so we say the omo ye ni free enti mebo some no ayesime no ne de beto so aduasa ba ko ekosi June busume de beto so enwotwe ye de yesa surgery yi nyina na nyame ya dom a ba bia ye behwe bie eye wamo ya chese jepim obi so hono na chese ne bema no tokro no wase nkade animu no ono ne de ne daase ye be yesa surgery ni free ama ye mana ye wo wamo aboso ma no ne mu apai mienu eno ne sa cleft left lip no ni nyina wamo be ye ede ama obo on ma ba yesa ne nsai na bibia be fu ho kakraka obi so ha ne kwachi na tumo ene de keka ho ni nyina ye be ye ede ama free screening date no enie wo ko screening no a ene ye bo moden a aye surgery no ama wo enti St Patrick Hospital of Fenso first May no ya ye wo mo dia mo ene second May Anglo Good Ashanti Anglo Go de Shanti wa pesa wo koye surgery ni bi no ko obo ase na yenhwe afei ochina eye 3rd May eno si Hope Exchange Medical Center wo kwa ye be screening amount ye hwe se obi bia da ye ye betimi aye sa surgery no a afei nyame ya adoma 4th May eye Presbyterian Hospital awo Asante Achem Agogo yenhwe ne nso pa sa ye kwa ye de health insurance ebeko be show free number we sa unti bibia sia 0242 653449 nyame ya adom 12 May bosomi we mu eye manyina da ese ayi ade ase wo ade mama kankane emma ya womo awowo mo ye mothers enti eduru hono a obi a wachem na odi akoda ba wiase no akoda no so moma no ese woye sweet mother na o number 1 radio station Kessben 93.3 ye adwene se ya bema wo de sereye asho ma miafunu mu ma enti me di number bi betudwa hyase so be ye audio che de enti ma me oye unique ya chese ne sesuo bi emada ensembe na ya wotaka de na ma mu hu se wo ma me wo abada ye pa me so de befa 0551 666 933 0551 666 933 ya besem ne yayi wo mo a wo mo de ede na afi ya gina so ache wone ne maame ache de e wo fie ya ya ka full latest from edi amount ya brabo mu yonko no unim so mo baaye mattresses papa wo mo de baaye nti ya ne ebeda sori ne ya chiri bramu nyina tutu yen no latest from eyi free ho se wadwene ho se edan na wo si wo besiesie mu no brana beto v sofa range eno ye nkonwa ya ye disi dem colors bia ni designs ewo ho na efe papa ena ne bo nso so da form enti se wo pe slick air shape v sofa dia eye latest from there no and make am from out first kakete man polebi nefa beto nkonwa papa si with them I bet shama ya won so ye be won so wo class obi aba dem a na nani age afei MTN say ya fantu ya nim se ebia no hu phone bi wani gisa phone no pa so ye kan woni sika da ho etu betimi abefa phone no ewo MTN centers ahodo na ufa phone no a eye Android phone a eye touch ni wi a wo betue sika ne nketen at your own convenient time wo hu se wato phone krampa wotua ye MTN na adwene ye ho wo ma hyeda accelerate MTN services center bia wo betimi akọ ho no akọ phone no ade na wo hia na wonyanya phone ni say pe na wo de wo chip no ye MTN ni hyemu a ye ma 2 GB free MTN data na wo dia browse na wako TikTok wa WhatsApp pesa for the first 6 months na wo dinya phone no MTN everywhere you go a face catch word say adwuma ye wo radio see wo bana ni je ho so obeye bia be fa form sema no obetimi a host program kodan na ni je ho so obonwom etu opese e friend DJ opese wo yes sports obeye commentary ni nyina ye kiro ye wo media ethics a nyina ye kire yen enye nsem bia na abeba set wano aka e wa fidie so enti Sketchword Media Institute yen ye bema wo entity no forms no eye 50 Ghana cedi pe wo ba Kessben FM ye fondesk ha wo se wo hwehwe Esther wo benya forms ni bi ato wo wi atshiro number we na fresh school ni mpanimfo e wo 0249 414039 honorable gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Akosia. Thank you very much. Zio, it's CEO Edema Student Loan Trust Fund, and Opay no area. Zio, your final words to our listeners, cherished listeners indeed, and viewers out there.
Honorable, thank you very much. What I want to say is that the Student Loan Trust Fund is here to serve all Ghanaian students who are in accredited tertiary institutions offering accredited courses in a timely manner. We are taking all steps to make sure that these monies, when they apply, they get them in good time so that they will be able to meet their financial needs. So I want to thank everybody for the time. I want to also thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to reach out to our student body. And I'm also calling for further collaborations because without you, we are not there. So it's only when you give us the opportunity that we are able to showcase what we have. So thank you very much. And I'm looking forward to more collaborations from you. And finally, to everybody that is listening to me in the Ashanti region and beyond. Look, keep listening to Kessben FM. Kessben is one of the best radio stations in the region and Ghana as a whole. And just to say that, look, let us also think about the future of our children, the education of our kids. The future of this country is very important. And very soon, Ghanaians will get to the decision point. When we are there to make a decision, remember that once upon a time, there was this man who thought of making financial funds available to your kids to go to tertiary institution. The junior brother came and made sure he expanded it. So the junior brother is still there. Let us remember the junior brother. And inshallah, it's possible. Thank you.
Once a politician, always a politician. At the no be Mahama, ASU, at the Student Loan Trust Fund, and an pay of a boy. No, was Elijah, baby. Elijah, and I say, okay, you was your. Yes, please. Let me be a boko there. Mona Moshe, horse, or crack. Yes, please. And Oba Kessben University College in Soa, I'll say, administrator, admin. And the team no on Bebuamo. Now when you be applying, be a kama. And you don't pay me, Yanamas. Minim say, oh, be a chatwa na yamponko.
Oh, say the Oma bachelor student loan no. Obo more sima applies and san can ye or move here. And you say, one say I want pump say we to an yeje. Yes, ye because school, dear jet and then and then an opede, be a kama. Honorable, be a small. A German to just a president Akufo say. Drumsono echem ami admochena yebesin konwa na discussing segment no yebewram kakra afa closer ke say political appointees special aid for age wo munwumaye na utie bampo ado since 2017 by ne MC Yowedso municipal honorable Esofrempo or say David and the bampo ado you got it wrong or say started way back NDC time na wo na say nya nende Nemo mu technocrat ni bi nso ho a mo hwe so nya modwuma technocrat bi ho a me so kra party card kura nke as we join this ni MPP ni kura chair party for na ngaza okwa so onye politician edi ye nyina anya asede na Ghana man eneye ondan no tie dwumade ni nyina esia na ya me muso ama se jo abetena se na the Kessben Sports no abram ye from Kwabena Akuoko Kwarteng Sports is up next ya kra mo nyina bye bye. Yay.
I go kwa Santima feel.
I say
ye mo akwa aba.
Kessben dey say ye kai yo.
Asantiman pewasem. Asantiman dom. Nti waba ye mo akwa aba mo asetena. Koku yenko enim.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back. Gotta pay some bills. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. Gotta pay some bills. You worked hard for